Ever wondered how to make a delicious julienne with chicken and mushrooms at home? Today we're going to demystify this beloved dish, which hails from the heart of French cuisine but has since found popularity worldwide. Known for its creamy, savory flavors and delectable textures, this dish is sure to bring a touch of gourmet to your kitchen. So, get your aprons ready, your taste buds tingling, and your kitchen prepped. Stay tuned, and by the end of this video, you'll be a master of cooking julienne with chicken and mushrooms. To start off, ensure you have all the necessary ingredients at hand. First up, we have chicken, the star of our dish, providing a hearty protein base. Next are mushrooms, adding an earthy flavor and a delightful texture contrast. Onions are also key, offering a sweet aromatic backbone to the dish. For our roux, we'll need butter and flour. The butter will not only help to sauté our ingredients, but also combine with the flour to create a thick, smooth base for our sauce. Speaking of sauce, we can't forget the cream and cheese, which will give our dish its luxurious velvety finish. And of course, we need our spices. Salt, pepper, and a touch of nutmeg will enhance the flavors of our ingredients and add depth to our dish. Now that we have our ingredients ready, let's move on to the cooking process. First up, we're going to prepare our chicken. Now, it's critical to make sure our chicken is clean and ready for the pan. You'll want to start by rinsing it under cold water, getting rid of any residual bits from the packaging. Once that's done, pat it dry with a clean towel. A dry surface ensures a nice, even sear when we get to cooking. Next, we're going to cut this bird into bite-sized pieces. Grab a sharp knife and carefully slice the chicken into small chunks. Remember, the size of your pieces will affect cooking time, so try to keep them uniform. Now, on to seasoning. A little salt and pepper go a long way in bringing out the chicken's natural flavors. Rub them in gently, making sure every piece is well coated. Finally, remember that chicken needs to be fully cooked to be safe to eat. Undercooked chicken is a no-go. With our chicken prepared, it's time to move on to the mushrooms. Next, we handle our mushrooms. Our fungi friends are a key player in this dish, providing a unique earthy flavor and a delightful texture. Preparing them correctly is crucial to getting the most out of their contribution. Now, cleaning mushrooms can be a bit of a contentious topic. Some say you should never wash them as they absorb water, others believe a quick rinse won't hurt. Here's my take. A quick wipe with a damp cloth or paper towel is usually sufficient to remove any dirt or grit. Once they're clean, it's time to slice them. Aim for thin slices, about 1/8 of an inch thick. This allows them to cook evenly and integrate well into the dish. Be mindful as you slice, ensuring each piece is uniform. Remember, the way we prepare our ingredients impacts the final result. With our mushrooms ready, we're all set to begin cooking. Now onto the fun part, the cooking. And indeed, this is where the magic truly happens. The process begins with sautéing onions. A generous knob of butter is melted until it's sizzling, and then the chopped onions are tossed in. They're stirred around until they become translucent, a hint of their sweetness released into the butter. This is the base of our flavor profile, the starting point from which everything else will build. Next, the chicken joins the party. It's added to the buttery onions and sautéed until it's beautifully browned on all sides. The chicken not only adds its own flavor, but also absorbs the sweet and savory notes from the onions and butter. In comes the mushrooms. These earthy delights are added to the mix, and they're cooked until they're tender and have released their juices. The mushrooms add an earthy depth to the dish, complementing the chicken and onions perfectly. Now it's time for the flour. A sprinkle of flour over the top thickens the mixture, turning it into a rich, creamy sauce. The flour needs to cook out for a minute or two to remove any raw taste. It's a small step, but it's crucial for the texture and taste of our final creation. Pour in the cream next, stirring constantly to make sure it blends smoothly with the flour. This creates a creamy, dreamy sauce that coats every piece of chicken and mushroom, tying all the flavors together. The final step in the process is the cheese. A generous sprinkle of cheese is added on top, before the dish is popped into the oven to bake. As the cheese melts and browns, it adds a layer of gooey, cheesy goodness that takes this dish from great to absolutely divine. Remember, every step in this cooking process is essential. Each ingredient, each stir, each sprinkle contributes to the final taste of the dish. So take your time, enjoy the process, and let the flavors do their magic. And there you have it, a perfectly cooked julienne with chicken and mushrooms. There you have it, a simple and delicious home-cooked meal. We've journeyed through the process together, from gathering fresh ingredients to prepping the chicken and mushrooms to the actual cooking process. Remember, the beauty of cooking at home is in the personal touch, so don't be afraid to add your own flair to this recipe. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial and look forward to seeing your culinary creations. Happy cooking!